This is video number 6. I'm David. This is the Busking channel. I have done a lot of busking over the years and am now doing it basically as a full-time career. By that I mean I go out in public spaces for 2 or 3 hours at a time. One of the things about playing music, there's a reason why music is divided into sets of about 45 minutes, 50 minutes or so. And that's because after a while you get a little punch drunk. Now when I am performing, I try to go about 2 hours and then take a break and go away somewhere, go out to get something to eat, whatever, and then come back and do another set. The thing about it is getting the public space. Playing on the streets can be a little competitive. Playing in the shopping centers can also be competitive. And to keep peace in the family, you really don't want to get into an argument with somebody. I had somebody come to my perfect pitch. A pitch is a spot where a busker sets up and does their performance. Well, this guy knew that I liked doing this pitch, and I did pretty well with it. But he didn't know a lot of the tips and techniques that I'm showing you today. And he couldn't do very well with it. And I figured this was going to probably be the situation. So he was there and he said, oh, sorry, man, you weren't here, so I took your spot. And I said, fine, good luck. So I went off, went to another spot that wasn't really quite as successful, but that's okay. And after a couple hours, whatever, I went back and he said, oh man, this really sucks. This is a horrible pitch. And I don't know how you can make any money at it, but, just count me out. Public spaces, they can vary. One of the things that is important is what kind of a group of passersby will you get. For instance, you go to a drugstore, you play in front of that, and you have people who could largely be elderly, and they would be more inclined to spend money tipping you because, well, they like things that are festive. They want to have their minds taken off their problems with their health, for instance, and all that. Other places don't work so well. I've found that places like Trader Joe's and some of the higher-end grocery stores don't do very well because you're dealing with the middle class, and my feeling with a lot of experience has been that the middle class are the least likely to want to tip you because they feel some resentment that here you are out on the street or the sidewalk or the shopping center doing your particular performance and making money at it while they have to slave at a job that they might not like. And there's resentment there and a lot of sour-looking people. But I always try to say hi whenever I can, which can screw up my playing because if I say hi, I lose track of where I am in the music. But I can recover usually pretty well. But once they acknowledge me that I'm actually a human, sometimes they will tip. But the space is something to really, really consider. The space is where your audience is going to be. Adjacent to college campuses. For instance, a restaurant across the street from a college campus, or a a place where there are tourists, for instance. It depends on the tourism, however. Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco I've found to be one of the least profitable places to busk because, number one, there's a lot of people doing it, so much that the San Francisco Arts Commission has set aside different spots along Beach Street and some of those streets to perform. And so you get a lot of people performing, doing whatever they're doing. But on top of that, it's also tourist burnout. They get assaulted by t-shirt shops and cotton candy or whatever, and restaurants and the view and then the buskers on top of that, and it could be overload that they just don't want to deal with. So I've not been very successful. Also, when it comes to places, I've mentioned before in an earlier video that I have played at the BART station, Bay Area Rapid Transit stations in San Francisco, Oakland, and Berkeley. I find that you would think the logic would be that the best times to play are during morning and afternoon commute. I find that's not the case at all, because people in the morning are in a hurry to get to work. In the evening, they're in a hurry to get home. I find it works better if you play off-peak hours, off the commute hours, when people are more relaxed and more amenable to being entertained. I have found that also true in situations where there could be special events. It depends on how the special event is going. The middle of the special event probably isn't very good, but the beginning of the end of it, when people are less focused on whatever the event is, it can work out a lot better. For instance, Niles, one of the places where I perform, Niles is a district in the city of Fremont, California, on the edge of Silicon Valley. Fremont is where Tesla's cars are built and all that. Niles is a small community that pretends it's still 1956. Well, they have a very popular farmers market there, but I found that if I go there on Saturday during the farmers market time, I don't get many tips. People are focused on buying the vegetables and buying the baked goods and whatnot. They're not focused on lolling around and checking the store windows and stuff and paying street musicians. So I tend to go there off hours, like Saturday after the market is closed. I find the tips are much better then. So off-peak, just remember off-peak, and I think you'll do better when it comes to getting a decent hourly rate of tipping. Anyhow, thank you for watching this. This is one of a series of videos all about busking for profit, to actually make some money on it. So subscribe wherever you do that up here. Do comments whenever you do. I will not be able to read and respond to everything, but I will do my best to take in what you're telling me, so I've got some ideas on further topics that you could be interested in. Again, thank you very much for viewing.